But when you write the music and you know that the audience likes what you've done, do you manage to kind of let the audience out of the writing process and you just write the music, or like intuition feel what will be good for the audience as well? Do you have that in mind when you write music?
I try not to think that way, because we're making music for ourselves in the first place. But then on the other hand, I'm not gonna fool you. I'm happy when records are selling, and I'm happy when people are happy. You know what I mean? It works both ways. It's like a double-edged sword.
Why don't you make happy music then? Why don't you write happy music?
Happy?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's this music is in my guts. I just. Not that I have an evil dick, but
oh, yeah, that's the best explanation ever. I trust you.
I don't know. It's just coming out very naturally from out of my system. It's coming out it's so natural that I'm actually scared of it. I'm like, I grab guitar, I'm like, shit. Am I able to play anything else? It just comes out. Maybe it's just automatic. Maybe that's something that I learned through the years, and I'm like, okay, this is the chords that come out, what I mean? But that's why I take a lot of lessons, and I try to play blues and flamenco and stuff like that, I hardly ever incorporate that into our music, but I play it just to, like, instead of grabbing my, the chord like that, I like to grab it like that, what I mean? Of course, I'm never gonna use this kind of chords and this kind of tricks, licks, or whatever in Behemoth's music, because it's gonna make it sound happy. For instance, there's some sinister vibe in the certain notes that I just like. You know what I mean? And same with the music that I listen to. There might be like shredders all around the place, and I'd be like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's cool, impressive. But then on the other hand, there might be bands that just drop one chord, like, let's say Celtic Frost, just listen to Imhotep's last record, you know what I mean? Who can top it? What's more, like evil sounding music out there? What, Necrophagist? No.
Not at all. Behemoth? No?
No, we try to, this is the band that we look up to, what I mean? Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. We opened for Celtic Frost and Slayer in Poland. And I talked to Tom Warrior after the show. And he's like, oh, I loved your set so much, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, very kind, I took it as a big compliment, but then I told him, and then Martin was in the room too, and I told him, look, we played, in one song we played That Many Notes that you played through the whole set, 50 minutes. And I don't know, maybe we were just too fast, maybe there's no magic in our music, and you just play two chords like Death Throne Emperor, whatever, and the magic is in the air. And Martin told me, you know what? And I love that, what he said, because sometimes you have to give that note time to flow, you know what I mean? Just give it its time.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. I might think about it. But then I'm such a fucking, hectic person, and I'm like, and my character is not like that. I'm like, I love to listen to this kind of music, but if I'm supposed to be there just doing this, boom, 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 I'll be die on stage of boredom.
Yeah. So you're not going to be the new guitarist for Celtic Frost?
No. No.
Celtic Frost is great, by all means, of course.
Yeah, I love Molotov. I love the early stuff, but I'm happy they put out the record that's actually equally as great as the early stuff. So.
You talked too long with the woman before us, and that's okay, because she's a woman, of course. So we have to close
I
this
didn't
down.
know that you let women talk that long in Norway.
Yeah, we do, actually. We do. So that's where we get the tinnitus, the guys. No, don't tell it to anyone. But seriously, the last question is about, you said that you do a lot of courses and stuff. In Apostasy, I don't remember which track right now, but you begin with like, that's brilliant. That's my favorite track in the album.
Really?
Yeah, because I love that introduction, and you include it later in the song.
We made this song to attract more girls, but thank you for saying it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of feminine, Okay, that's.
No, seriously, thank you. That's this like let's say quasi flamenco part.
Yeah.
But we distorted. I mean, it's different, but yeah, I mean, just
It's cool that you dare to do it in Behemoth, actually.
well, there's bands that do much more, you know, crazier things and brave things.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. Let's see what happens on the next record. Actually, we are in the process of writing it, so let's see. I mean, I'm kind of inspired by New Slipknot in a way. You know why? Because I think it's such a predictable record, and I love Iowa a lot. And I'm like, shit, you know, I don't want people to think of our next record the same way.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm really inspired by them.
So you have to come up with something.
You know, Iowa was like a beast unleashed, you know what I mean? And now they just sound so predictable and safe.
Yeah.
It's a great band, don't get me wrong. Sounds awesome and stuff. But I'm like, where's the insanity? Where's the craziness I love them for, you know? And I don't want to lose that, even though we're talking to a big producer now for our next record. I'm like, okay, I want him to polish our sound, to make it too perfect, too clean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still want this music to be like on the verge of, you know, you listen to stuff sometimes and you have the impression that it's gonna come out,
Yeah, you know
it's gonna kill you, you know what I mean? And sometimes you listen to stuff and you can basically, and it's just right there, you know, and there's nothing dangerous in the music. That's one of the features that I treasure the most in music, you know, when I can sense something dangerous. I can't really find any other word for that, but dangerous is a perfect word, you know. This music is supposed to be dangerous, and today it's basically just, you know.
You're musicians writing good music.
So, yeah, let's hope for dangerous music.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, man.
We could have talked for hours and hours.
Of course, next time.
Next time, yeah.